Hi, so this question is 2sums3 data structure design. So you want to implement a two-sum class. So you have add and find. So you add every single value into the storage, which is my hash map. I want to find. How do I find it? I need to find a complement, right? So I want to say, okay, for how do I find for? It has to be x plus y, right? So what is x? X is going to be starting from 1. It depending on the value you're adding to the hash map. So I was starting from 1, then go on 3, go on 5, and so on, right? So when I traverse every single element, I want to find out the complement of the current element, and then it should be like straightforward enough because for x plus y equal to 4, right? So it has to be a value depending on the story, right? So it's going to be 1 plus 3 equal to 4, right? This is the math. But how do we know it is 3? We want to say, okay, in complement, COMPO, something like this, 4 minus 1. And I want to check, does the 4 minus 1 is inside my hash map? If this is true, then I will return true. Alright, so this is a trick. So what happens if you do another things? If you add 3, add 3, add 3, and you want to find 6, find 9. So 3, 3, 3, adding, definitely fine. When you find 6, right? 6 is true. Find 9, 9 is false. Why? Because you want to find out the complement of the value. So x plus y equal to 6. If I traverse my hash map, 3 is the first one, and then what's the complement of complement of 3? It should be 3, right? So 6 minus 3 is 3. But I want to just double check. Does my x and y are equal? Does my x and y are equal? If x, y are equal, I need to check the frequency. The frequency has to be greater or equal than 2, right? It can be multiple, it can be 3. Like since I added differently, right? I add 3 value first before I find it. So it can be multiple, more than 2, more than 3, depending. But if they are greater or equal than 2, x definitely can plus y to get 6, right? So yeah, it should be like a LeetCode number 1 question, but it more like a concept of how do you use it, right? So I initial my hash map, I just put my number into my hash map. If my number doesn't inside my hash map, I initialize this. So now I need to iterate the hash map. It equal to new, sorry, it's not new. It's going to be map.keyset.iterator, right? So while the it has next, so checking does it has next. If this is true, I'm going to say current value equal to it.next. Complement is going to be value minus current value, right? So if the complement does not equal to current value, I want to check does my complement inside my hash map. Complement. If this is true, I return true. Else, I want to check the frequency. Else if complement, so else is going to be the equal condition, right? I'm going to say, okay, do I have frequency more than 2? I mean more than equal than 2, right? So it's map.get complement greater or equal than 2. If this is true, I will return true. Else I return false at the end. Doesn't matter, it doesn't hurt. Yep. So yeah, so this will be the solution. So let's talk about time and space. This is space, all of n, depending on how many elements you add into the hash map. The time and space for this function, all of 1, right? All of 1 for the time, all of 1 for the space. For the find, this should be all of n for the time, and then this is going to be all of n for the space, right? You are allocate the iterator space for map.keyset. You can say all of k, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to say all of n for the worst case, right? So time and space, I'll send all of n for the find, and this will be the solution. So if you have questions, leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Bye.